Greetings, beautiful people. It's your girl, Yo. I hope you guys are having a great day. Come on in here. Come on in here. Come on in here. See what Yo got to talk about. Come on, come on, come on. Come one, come on. Please tap that like button when you first pop in, if you don't mind. Click that like button. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna give y'all some time to get in here. So as you come in, just kick back and listen to the music for a little bit until some people come in. And I'll be waiting for a few minutes. Then I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And if you guys are watching a replay, some people want to watch the replay. So that's why I'm going to make sure to take my time with this live right here because it is number one, very important. Why is it so important? It's important because it's news that you're going to be able to use. So I'm going to pause it for a minute. Well, actually, I'm going to put myself on mute for a minute and give y'all a chance to come in. And I noticed other people are live. What I did was change the live stream or what have you one time, and I didn't want to keep changing it. So I'm just gonna go on and do what Yo do over here, okay? And those who want it can have it, or that needs it can have it. So thank you for coming in. Please hit the like button on your way in so others will know that I am live right now. So let's give me a couple of seconds, y'all. A couple of seconds. Okay, thank you for waiting. I appreciate your patience. Okay, so y'all, what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and get along with this live and do my thing. Y'all know when I come up on here, I'm gonna pop in and pop off. But this live stream right here, I think I'm gonna slow walk it a little bit, simply because it's a lot of people that need this, need to know how to do this. So the first thing I'm gonna talk about is the title. Y'all see the title? The title is "How to Feed a Family of Five for Less Than $1,000 a Month." Okay. All right, so the way I came up with this live stream is today is my mom's birthday, guys, and so I was over her house. I put out a little short, brief video earlier, and I need to know if this music is too loud. It's not to me, but it might be to some of y'all that's coming in. But anyway, so let me just turn the music off real quick. Let me go over here and cut it off, or cut it down extra low so it won't overtalk me. Okay. And I don't even know if y'all can still hear that, but anyway, I can still hear it a little bit in the background. Okay, so we were talking and everything, and we was talking about this. It's just one lady that we know that she has get $1,000 a month for food stamps, and she has five children, and she was saying how it was hard for her to go, to feed her kids off of that little $1,000 a month food stamps. And we were like, what in the world is she buying? Because when I was raised, we know everything is higher and stuff like that now. But what we have to consider is this. When I was talking to my mom, she was telling me like when her and we was a family of six, so it was two boys, two girls, my mom and dad, so six people. Both were working. Mom and dad both were working, right? My mother was telling me, and I was like blown away at the fact. Now we lived in a house and everything in a nice neighborhood. Mom and dad had a pretty good, decent job, right? They worked for the city, that we live in, what have you. My mom told me, which I did not know until today, that my father made $2.50 an hour, and she told me that she made $1.44 an hour. Now we talking about back in the '60s, early '70s. That's what they made. Plus they had a house note, like I said, and four children. And so the money that they had was way less than $1,000 a month to try to feed kids. So I'm going to go down the list of some things that you can do or what you can buy to feed your family for less than $1,000 a month. Okay. So here we go. Now, again, I know that a lot of people are not here. I know. So I'm basically talking to myself, which is cool because everybody, others are live right now. But again, I'm giving you some news that you will possibly be able to use. Well, I know you're going to be able to use it. So here we go. Let's start off, first of all, on the days of the week that you should go shopping. The reason you should go shopping, it should be on a Thursday, the middle of the week. because of of course the weekend they figured everybody get paid on a Friday, end of the week. Most people do, or they get paid every 2 weeks. Some people get paid once a month, but Thursday is really the best day to go shopping, right? And so another reason why that is because they be putting out those things called manager specials and things like that in the different supermarkets. First of all, you guys gonna have to stay away from the big big box stores and big supermarkets, like the big old Krogers and those Publix and things like that, because their foods are normally as high as gas. It's really, really high, right? So you don't want to go to supermarkets like that. You want to find a store that will accommodate you, like with lower prices, right? And some of y'all might say, well, these foods and stuff, they're not good for you and all of this stuff. But let me tell you something. When you go to the restaurants and things like that, and you go shopping and you get things from the restaurants, you don't know where they get those foods from either. You don't know whether they serving them in big bulk, where they bought that food from. So, and it takes a lot of time for them foods to get to one place to another. Thanks for coming, whoever peeping. And I know it's not a lot of people over here because, like I said, other people are live and things like that. And again, I changed this live stream one time. I'm not gonna keep on changing it. I just want to get my point out and get this message out to whoever needs it, right? So it's about who needs this message. And the title you see again is "How to Feed a Family on Five." A family of five for less than $1,000 a month. Okay, so now I'm talking about the supermarkets. Choose your supermarket wisely. Another thing too, you can also go to. People don't like to shop at the dollar store, and I'm not talking about Dollar General, and I'm not talking about Family Dollars. I'm talking about if you can find a dollar store, an actual dollar store in your community, you should look for one of those. Also, you should also find out if you have any farmers that come from the country up to the city and get the days of the week that they come up and set up shop and sell that stuff directly to you. You can try that too. But let's pretend like you don't know anybody that do that and you need to use a supermarket. Okay, so we're gonna start from, and like I said before, that I'm gonna slow walk this one because somebody gonna need this. Let's start with the meats on what you pick out for the meats when you go shopping for your family of five and how you can stretch it. Okay, and then once I show y'all about this meat thing, when I tell you about the meats they get, I'm gonna break down the meats into meals so that you can write this down and you can make the meals for your family. But first, we're gonna get the grocery list together, okay? So let's talk about the meats. The first meat you want to get is hamburger. You want to get some hamburger. Hamburger, that's a meal you can stretch. And so as I'm going down the list, I'm just going to talk about what you can cook. That way I don't have to go back over it, okay? So, all right. So you get hamburger. Get the big family pack of hamburger. And you might want to get 2 packs for this family of five because it's going to last you for a whole month. Now, with this one 2 packs of hamburger, you take that big family pack and you're gonna break it up. So you're gonna get 2 meals out of each one of those packs of hamburger, family packs, okay? So the first meal with that hamburger, you're gonna take half of it, half of that family pack, and you're gonna scramble it up, and you're gonna take that hamburger, and you're gonna put your little seasonings and things in it that you already have in the house, nothing that you're buying from the store. Say you have the salt and pepper, that should be enough right now to season up that hamburger, right? That half a pack. So you season that up right there, and you take your onion and you scramble that up in there too. What you're gonna do is when you went to the dollar store, you know what? I think I'm gonna stop right there. No, I'm gonna keep going. You go to the dollar store, and I'm gonna give you this list again of things to buy so that you can make these meals, right? So I tell you what I'm gonna do. No, I think it'll be easier to do it this way because I'm trying to do it in a way wherein you understand why you're getting these items and what you're gonna make with it in order for you to stretch it for that whole month. So I think if I give you the list of meats first and you write them down, and then I'll give you the list of everything else. Okay, let's start from the top. Okay, so here we go. So for the meats, you're gonna get 2 packs of hamburger, families packs of hamburger, right? You're gonna get 2 big family packs of chicken. but get it in the bag. Get the chicken in the bag if you're going to get it. Who in there people in there? Hey, y'all. You can get the chicken in the bag, right? You know, you can buy leg quarters. You know, that's with the thigh on it, and it has the leg attached to it. You can get those big bags like that. Get two bags of those chicken with the leg quarters in it, right? Then we ain't got time for no breast. You're not gonna be able to get no breast this month, right? We're gonna get the 2 packs of leg quarters, right? Then we're gonna get a whole turkey. You're gonna buy a whole turkey. I don't care if it's not Thanksgiving. Look for a whole turkey. Now, don't just get the breast. Get the whole one if you can find it. If not, get the breast, but just get a whole turkey. Then you're gonna get a ham. You probably want to get a smoked spiral type ham, right? Get that. You're gonna get, you know, those big long family packs of hot dogs. Get the biggest thing of hot dogs you can find, right, for your family. Some people like the chicken hot dogs, some like the beef. You might want to get the cheapest one, which will be the chicken. But if your family don't like it, get the beef hot dogs. Then you're gonna get a bag of fish, right? And I know people say tilapia is not a good fish or whatever, but that's the cheapest right now. And we just trying to make it through that month. So you get some fish. You get some salmon, the salmon. You can get the frozen salmon in the bag. Get 1 bag of that. Get some fish sticks. Get 1 bag of that. You can get a can of mackerel. You can get the can of mackerel. Just put that to the side because that's another meat. We're gonna go down the can list, but get that. Don't forget to get that. You can get a bag of shrimp, right? Then that shrimp is optional. You don't have to have that. You still be able to make it with what I just listed so far. Then you want to get you some Polish sausages. You want to get some of those because we're going to use those to season up our food too, and we'll eat them. You want to get some bacon. You want to get some spam. And people might say spam is a terrible thing to get. Well, did you know that spam only have 6 ingredients in it? And I'm gonna tell you a little history about spam. Spam came about in the early 19 like 1942, 43 when we had war, and the soldiers was fed that it's this ground pork, and they grind it and they compress it in a tin can and they send it overseas to the guys and everybody fighting. But it does only have 6 ingredients in it that you can read. Okay, hot dogs have over 15, 16 ingredients in it. So do the sandwich meats and stuff that you buy that you can't even pronounce. So it's not as a bad meat as you think that it is. You know what I'm saying? You just won't eat it every day. Moving right along, that's the meats that you're going to get for right now, okay? That's the meats. All right. Now what we're going to do is move to some of the breakfast food because the kids got to have the breakfast food, right? And then I want you to keep this in mind too. Depending on what time of year it is, remember now, children go to school, say they eat breakfast at school, and they also get breakfast they get lunch at school, right? So really, you're gonna be feeding them dinner and maybe a snack before bed or something like that, right? But if they're out of school, we're gonna consider it them being no school in, and you got to feed your children breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So with that being said, we're gonna go to the breakfast part, okay? So with breakfast, you're gonna go and you're gonna get cheese. This is what you're shopping for: cheese, eggs. And when I said cheese, you need to get the block cheese or the sharp cheese, and then you can get the sliced cheese. You can get two of them: one sliced cheese, one block cheese, and you want to get a mixture of shredded cheese, right? Maybe 2 bags of that. So you're gonna have 4 different types of cheese. Well, 5. 2 shredded bags of cheese. You're gonna have the sandwich meat sliced cheese. You're gonna have the block cheese, right? And what else? That's the only cheese you need, okay? Yeah, you have 2 blocks of cheese. Then we're gonna go to oatmeal. You're gonna be giving the kids the oatmeal for breakfast. They can have cream of wheat. They can get grits, orange. You can get a bag of oranges, a bag of apples. Get that for the kids too. You get get some bananas, and get some lemon, like 2 or 3 lemons. You're gonna need that, and I'm gonna tell you why later, okay? But I can tell you why now. The only drinks that y'all gonna be able to drink is tea. So there's no sodas, there's no little juices and all that little stuff, orange juice, none of that kind of stuff. It's gonna be tea, right? So you're gonna get that, and then you're gonna get a box of pancake mix. You get that too, and then a thing of syrup, peanut butter, and jelly. That's what you're going to have right there for your breakfast on that list that I'm giving you. Okay. Thanks for peeping in, y'all. I know there's not many people in here. I just want to get this out so that y'all can look at this later and have this as a reference. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go to the bakery. So you can go back and listen to some of the things that I said. I may repeat myself depending on where I am and where I'm going. Okay, so now let's think about bread. When you go and shopping for your bread and stuff like that, do not buy that from the supermarket. Go and take yourself to a bakery. If your local bakery have all the bread you need in there, you can get 3 loaves of bread from the bakery if you're not a baker, right? Get most people don't bake no more, so go get 3 loaves of bread from the bakery so y'all can make sandwiches and stuff, right? With the peanut butter and jelly and things like that. You can do French toast with it because we already got the eggs and stuff. And when we get the eggs, you're gonna get the 18 in a crate, 18 in a case. So get two of those 18 things of eggs, right? When you buy your eggs, go to the bakery and get you 3 loaves of bread. Now, a lot of people have different tastes, whether it be wheat bread or white bread. It doesn't matter. You can still get the type of bread that you like. Gather the bread up. Get 3 loaves of bread. That's gonna last you through that whole month, right? All right. And you may say the bread might get moldy or something like that. It will not. You can freeze bread. It'll stop the aging process of the yeast in the bread, so it won't get mold on it, right? Um, and then you can get hot dog buns. Because we're gonna do some hot dogs, so you can get 2 packs of hot dog buns. How many people in the family? It's 5 of y'all. We're doing it for 5. Uh-oh. Hang on 1 second. My mother's calling. One quick second, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. Listen, my mama called because she's worried about her tomatoes. They got the yellow flowers popping on, and the tomatoes are really small, and she needs to remove the suckers on there, and she don't remember which part of it to remove. But I told her just leave it alone. I'll talk to her later. I'm in the middle of a live stream. That's so funny. Okay, so we back to the bakery, y'all. Now, and for whoever just came in, just to let y'all know that I'm talking about that title, showing you guys or telling you guys how you can feed a family of 5 for less than $1,000 a month. You will have to go back and watch the replay. And right now, I'm going over the list of things that you can purchase. I already went over the meats, the breakfast food. Now I'm at the bakery and getting the bread. So, like I said, you can get 3 loaves of bread, whether it be wheat or whether it be the white bread or whatever type of loaf or sandwich bread you like. Then you can get depending on it's 5 people in your family, and for the children and everything, you can get a hot dog. You can get 2 packs of hot dog buns, right? We don't need hamburger buns, just hot dog buns only, okay? Right? So then, now what we're gonna do is we're going to the canned foods, and the canned foods that you need to get when you're going to the store. Try to go to the dollar store, not the Family Dollar, not the Dollar General, none of that. If you could possibly help it. Although, if you only have a Family Dollar or Dollar General, go to the Dollar General versus the Family Dollar. Okay, if you don't have a store that's called the Dollar Tree or whatever like that. Okay, so with the canned goods, what you're going to get is pork and beans. You can get depending on, like, they sometimes have if you can go to the grocery store, they have $3-4 compare the price with the pork and beans. You can get the big with the Bush's baked beans, or you can get the regular baked beans, right? But get you at least 6 cans of baked beans. Get that. Get you some lima beans, black beans, pinto beans, lentils if you guys like that. Some people don't like it, but it's ways you can fix it that'll make it good. Get you some rice, white rice or brown rice, whatever your preference is. Get 1 bag of that. You can get canned tomatoes. Um, Get you plenty cans of, get at least 6 cans of tomatoes, right? And get some tomato paste. You get 2 cans of tomato paste. And this is a thing called succotash. I don't know if y'all familiar with that, but succotash usually has in it a can. It has corn, butter beans, and tomatoes in it. You can get you some of that right there. Get you some succotash, and get at least 6 to 8 cans of that, because you're gonna make a nice pot of soup with this, right? Get a can of chili as well. And you can also buy the spam I was telling you guys about. Get you at least 3 cans of spam. Don't forget that. Okay, at least three. Then we're gonna get tuna fish. You're gonna can tuna. Get the kind of tuna that you have in get it that's in the oil instead of in the water, right? And get, I'm gonna say, since you have a family of five, get at least 4 cans of that if you can. All right. Then you're gonna get sardines. You know those Vienna sausages, those little teeny Vienna sausages. You can get a few of those and things like that for like little snacks and things. All right. Now we're almost there. Mayonnaise, get some mayonnaise, get some ketchup, get some mustard, right? Then you're gonna get some flour. You get that from the grocery store, some cornmeal, some cooking oil, and some sugar. Now those things that I just told you, everything that I just told you, that list right there is less than $1,000, way less than $1,000, right? So you can hold the rest of your money. And what you, oh, and this was something too I meant to say. I put it on the side. You want to get 10-pound bag of white potatoes, and then you want to get like a 5-pound bag of white onions, or regular yellow onions, because that's gonna help you with your food, right? Now, there you go. Oh, and this is the thing too, some tea. When I was talking about the tea, they have bags of tea that you can get um, from the grocery store, and most children will probably drink that Lipton tea. You can get the kind that's decaffeinated, so the children won't be all hyped up. And of course, you're gonna have to use that big bag of sugar that you purchased to make that tea. Now, that's a list of the things that you can purchase from the store that's less than $1,000 to feed your family. Okay, now my sister and my mom and us, we was having, like I said, a good conversation over there. And I was saying, what if the people that's struggling, that's having a hard time feeding the children, what if they have their lights or something turned off, or maybe that gas stove, they cook by gas. Most people that live in the projects, I think they have gas stoves, if they have not upgraded them or not. Well, my sister and I, we were talking about it, and we were saying, those little teeny grills, if you have enough money, you can take your money, which you're going to have enough money left over if this is the case, and you don't have no way of cooking. Say you don't food with your family and stuff like that. You don't want nobody to know your business and all of this. Even if you live in the projects, it could be a way that you go right over to the little park area that they have with that little teeny grill that you have, and put your hot dogs and stuff on the grill and things like that, and as many as you want, and get it all pre-cooked, and then you take it back into your house. Okay, so you can use your hot dogs for like 2 different meals and things, 2 or 3 different meals. All right, so now what I'm going to tell you is we're going to go back to this hamburger, and how you can take this hamburger and break this hamburger down. So, because that's on your list. So with that hamburger, you can take that whole, you got one whole pack of hamburger, and you're working with half of that hamburger. So you're gonna scramble up your hamburger on the stove. You're like you making spaghetti. You're gonna put your hamburger in there, half a pack of hamburger, your onions, because that's what you purchased. Your salt and pepper, like you usually do, put in there. You're going to, oh, and I forgot to tell y'all, in the dry goods section on the can, don't forget to get boxed noodles, like elbow macaroni, things, not pot, not or either the long skip spaghetti pasta. So you got the elbow noodles and the pasta, that also to be added to the list. Okay, so now you're making the spaghetti with the hamburger and everything. You're gonna use that one of the can of tomatoes, that fresh tomatoes that you bought, and then you're gonna use a can of that tomato paste. You're gonna put that in that pot right there. You're gonna also put your noodles on the stove. We're gonna make a spaghetti, boil those noodles, add that together after everything is cooked. After you drain the noodles, put that in like a little tin pan or something like that. Run that in your oven with a little bit of cheese on it. The kids got spaghetti that'll last more than one day, so they eat it that night. The next night you can switch up, and they can revisit that spaghetti. So it's nothing going bad. Now we're gonna go to the chicken. If you go, and we got this and we have the chicken now, and I told you you get the bags with the quarters, which is the It's going to be the thigh and the leg attached. What you're going to do when you get those two bags of big bags of chicken like that, you're going to bring that home and you're going to separate it. You're going to separate the thighs from the legs, right? So now for this meal right here, you're going to take that chicken. Oh, wait a minute, go back to the hamburger. Another thing you can do with the hamburger too, with some of your hamburger, you could take those potatoes that you have, that you bought, that big bag of potatoes. You can take and boil or bake those potatoes. Take all the white potato meat out, put it to the side after you bake them. After you scramble your hamburger and stuff like that in the pan, you can put that hamburger meat inside of the potatoes along with the hamburger, right? And put it back in the oven. The whole potato in there with the hamburger meat inside of it, right? And put cheese on that. You got that with the hamburger. So that's a meal by itself too, right? You don't need nothing extra with that. Another thing you can do with hamburger, you can make hamburger patties. You can take the patties and make them big, or you can make them real small, like little bite-sized small hamburgers, and put that onions on the stove with that hamburger, right? Scramble that onions and hamburger together. Then you take and put a little flour in there, add a little water, you make a little roux, make it like a little gravy. You can put that in there, right? So you got that, and you can pour that over some rice. That's another meal with hamburger. There's a whole lot of meals you can make with hamburger, right? You can also take hamburger, make a whole patty out of hamburger. You can use a whole can after you make a patty, put them on top of the stove like hamburger. You got them all mixed up. You're frying the hamburger on the stove. You can take the hamburger after it's done. You're gonna pour some a can of tomatoes over there and a little bit of tomato paste and make your little sauce over there like that and make sliders. That bread that you got from the bakery, you can make sandwiches out of that, right? You could also take those potatoes, chop them up, make some French fries. Hey, thank y'all for coming in. I know y'all saying, yo, you up here just talking and you don't have that many people in the chat or in this thing. That's cool. I just want y'all to know that I just want to tell y'all what I'm talking about so you can go back and look at it later. You don't have to be here to get the message. You can get it later. It's how to feed a family of 5 for less than $1,000 a month. Okay, I gave y'all the list already of the food to purchase and giving you ideas for the food that you're going to be purchasing for meals. Okay, so and we were talking about hamburgers. So I gave you the spaghetti, how to do that. I gave you the idea how to make those hamburger sliders when you make them in hamburger patty. Um, then there's another way you can do it too. You can take the hamburger and scramble it in the pan and make it with like a gravy. When you put the little flour in there to make that roux and stuff and pour that over some rice, you can do it that way. It's just so many ways that you can cook hamburgers, right? But you can stretch that meal by not cooking that whole pot. Hey, Kitchen. Hey, yes, I'm talking. What's going on, Kitchen? Thanks for coming through. Pay attention. I'm teaching you how to take and stretch your money and be able to feed your family for less than $1,000 a month. Go back and watch the replay. Okay, now we're gonna go to the next meat on the list. The great big old turkey that you purchased from the store without it being a Thanksgiving or anything like that. And if you just have the chicken breast, cool. You know that you can take that chicken breast and just slice it and make sandwiches out of it. You can also take that chicken breast after you cook it. And on the list, we have mixed vegetables. You can take the mixed vegetables and you can put them on the side. The mixed vegetables have the carrots and it has green peas in it and all that. The frozen bags that you can get from the store. You can steam those vegetables and have that turkey on the side. And you can also, we're going back to the potatoes. You can take that potato and you can have cream potatoes there. And that's a meal, right? If you have to, children have to, they don't have lunch money, they don't have to pay for lunch at school. They can have turkey sandwiches when they come home or whatever. So, and then for the turkey leg and the thigh, they speak for themselves. You can break that down. Now let's go with the ham. Oh, you can also make turkey sandwiches. Same with the ham. You can make ham sandwiches and things like that out of the ham. But go back to the turkey. After that turkey is broken down and all the pieces, like most of the turkey breast is gone and one of the two wings gone or something like that, strip the carcass of the turkey. Get all the meat from the turkey. and put it in the pan and have with some onions right there. You put some potatoes in there. You take one of the whole bags of frozen vegetables and add it to there. Oh, and you just let that simmer down and cook. And with the cans, you can get a can of cream of mushroom or a can of cream of chicken and add it, the soup, and add it into that. And then let that simmer. It's going to be just like a nice little soup. And you can eat off of that for days, right? So that's a lot with a turkey. And like I said, with the ham, just slice it and things like that. You can you can chop that ham up after you finish with the ham and stuff. You can chop that ham up, dice that up, put them with some potatoes, and in a pot. You put some vegetables with those. You can make like a ham soup. Yep. After you slice it. Let's get to the hot dogs. Everybody know how to do hot dogs. You can boil them or you can fry them. You can fry your hot dogs with some eggs in the morning and some cheese and have a fried egg and cheese sandwich. Scramble it up. You don't even have to take. You can take two hot dogs, chop the hot dogs up real fine, and you take maybe 4 eggs, 4 or 5 eggs, and scramble them in the pan, mix it with the hot dogs, and have your little onion in there with the cheese, and you can just divide it with the children and things like that, and they have a piece of toast with that. That's breakfast. Drink some water, go on about your business, right? Now, we're going with the fish. We know we can just fry fish. You can bake fish. You can broil fish, right? You can have a fried fish sandwich or a baked fish sandwich. My pooch is showing off. You can have that with a baked potato or with some mixed vegetables or some rice, right? You got that rice on the list that we have. And shrimps, like I said, that's optional. And then the canned mackerel, your mackerel, the fish that's in a can, you can make some fish cakes. Fry that on top of the stove with the little fish cakes. You can make a sandwich out of that. You can also scramble the mackerel up, add eggs to that, make that a breakfast, or that could be a brunch. You'll be full with some toast. That's filling. You can do the same thing with tuna fish. You can scramble a can of tuna fish up with eggs and onions. And that's like an omelet and cheese. That's like an omelet. And you can have that for breakfast or brunch again. You still be able to eat, right? Then let's talk about this bacon. People like to have let's go back to the ham. With the ham, you can fry the ham with some eggs that you have, right? You got a fried egg and ham sandwich. You can do that too. Um, it's just a lot that you can do with it. I'm just giving you some ideas. Even with sausage, the sausage that you get, you can scramble like the roll of sausage that you get from the store. Take half of that and save the other half. One half you'll use for breakfast, like scramble it up and for your breakfast food and add the eggs to it, right? You can have that with some toast, with some jelly, because you got the peanut butter and jelly. We bought that already. Remember? Don't forget that you can do that with the bacon. A lot of people take the strips of bacon and they will just put it all on a sheet pan, like for the amount of people in the house. Like say, if it were just me and my husband here, and he may eat 3 slices of bacon in the morning and say I would eat two. Instead of having them as strips, what you could do with that bacon, so everybody, if you're feeding a family of 5 or even a family of 6, you would take 3 strips of that bacon. You would take you some kitchen cook scissors, not the scissors that you sew with or nothing like that. These are clean kitchen scissors. You would take the 3 strips of bacon and you will cut them into little bit size, like little small sizes, right? You cut that bacon up while it's raw. Then you'll just toss it around in the pan until it get a little bit crispy, like it's done. Then you have your eggs, put some onions in there, like that. Green peppers if you have it, but we don't have green peppers on this list. We're speaking only on what's on this list. Scramble that up with that little cheese, and everybody will have a taste of that bacon. Same with that sausage. You don't have to have everybody individual patty. This is how you stretch your meal, so it will last throughout the whole month. But, you make that out of a sandwich, with your toast and things. Okay. Same with the spam. Do the same thing with that. You can have spam sandwiches, or you can just chop it up, like I said, with the bacon. Do the same with that, right? Now, getting back to the hot dogs. Another thing with the hot dogs, what you can do? You can take a potato and bake it and put it in the oven. And after it come out, you can take the guts out of the potatoes, all the white meat out of the potatoes, right? You can mash the potatoes up and put those potatoes back inside of this pocket that it came out of, along with hot dogs. right? Put chopped cheese over top of it, or use the shredded cheese. Run that in the oven. That's another meal right there. Everybody will be full, right? So now that we went down some of the meats, those are some of the ideas that I'm just giving you to stretch that meal. But it's definitely a possible. It's a possible. It's possible for people to be able to survive off of um off of that meal. So that's breakfast, that's lunch, that's a dinner that I gave you. And then of course with that oatmeal in the morning, the kids get oatmeal, and sometimes you can find a really cheap box of hey strawberry tea. How you doing, baby? It's just me up in here and maybe a couple other people. Me, you, and a couple other people. But baby, I was just trying to give everybody ideas on how they can stretch their daggone money to make it happen for a month. For less than $1,000. With what I just gave you, if you go back later on, you can go and watch the video. I just gave a list of the meats, breakfast foods and things, and canned goods that you can purchase, and different breads that you can get to make your family be able to last throughout a whole month. A family of 4 or 5, a family of 5 actually, right? But yeah. Oh, and let's go to the tea that I told y'all to get some tea. And I was saying it's better to get tea. So you get one of those great big jars, right? And you put water in it, and you put the tea bags in there to make some sun tea. You can set that thing outside and let the sun heat that tea up for you. So give them a little energy boost, and try not to put too much sugar in it, and add a couple of lemons in there, and children can drink that for dinner if they don't want to just have water, but drink that tea. And another thing you can do with tea is you can put it in those little white cups, and styrofoam cups, and put them in your freezer. So if the kids want some kind of treat or something sweet or a snack or something to eat or just sip on, give them those things right there. It's just as good as going to the store and buying them a candy bar or something. Hey Dimple D, how you doing, baby? Thanks for coming. Look, I've been live for a minute, and I changed the live stream. I think it was 2 times I changed it, and I knew everybody was busy, and I didn't want to keep on changing it because I said people were saying, "Damn, yo, keep changing this daggone live stream." There's some great information. Yeah, Strawberry 10. I went over this, and I should have probably waited. I should have probably changed the live stream to another time for the second or third time, but I just said no because I was just determined to get this out here. And it's because I was telling y'all before, well, y'all won't hear, but I was saying before, today was my mom's birthday, and me and my sister was over there. I put the little short video out, and we was talking, and my sister was telling us about her having a debate with this lady, because she had 5 kids, and she was saying that she get $1,000 worth of food stamps a month. And she said that and she was basically saying that that's not enough money to feed a family of 5, 5 children and plus herself, right? And we was like, oh yeah, well thank y'all. Look, Mama called me in the middle of this live, asking me about her tomatoes, child, what to do with her tomatoes because they got all them flowers on it. And she don't know how she should pluck the suckers off of. But now I told her, Mama, let me call you back. I'm doing a live stream. So she is a big mess. She out there messing with the daggone flowers. I mean, her tomato plants. But yeah, so I was saying my mama was telling us how much she made, and when we were children, because we were a family of 6. Like I said, it was 2 boys, 2 girls, including myself, of course, and my mom and dad. And my father only made $2.57 an hour when he was working, raising a family, buying a home and everything. And my mom was making $1.44 an hour. And both of them had what you call big time jobs. And this right here was in the early 60s and 70s, right? And I was saying earlier that people will say things are high and stuff like that, but things were high back then too. I think it's all balanced out, right? It still was expensive. They didn't pay much, but we still ate. So there's a lot of ways that you can feed your family. And so, like I said, if you go back and you'll get the list of stuff that I just mentioned, and I told them different ways that they could take the meats and things and stretch those meals out that will last them. So I went over meats, I went over the breakfast stuff, I went over the bread, where you can get the bread products and stuff from like the bakery if you can, and what to get, and I went over the canned foods and stuff down to the flour and meal and condiments. But yeah, it's a whole lot of ways. Oh, and I want to go back to that turkey. Not only you can take that turkey, you can make a turkey salad out of that turkey breast too. If you try to slice it off of that stuff, you can chop that turkey up and put your little mayonnaise and mustard into the thing. Or you need a thing of relish. I forgot to put that on the list too. And put some relish in there. Maybe boil you maybe 1 or 2 eggs, or just one egg would be good because you're stretching those 18 crates of egg, your 18 counts of eggs that I told you to get, and boil an egg and chop that up, and you got turkey salad, and you can make a sandwich out of that. Same with that ham. You can take that ham and make a ham salad, so that way it'll change it up some. Other than using it for dinner food, you can use it. You know what I mean? In that way. So it's a plenty of ways that you can stretch a meal. But anyway, I just wanted to come on here to come and tell y'all about that. And so you guys can go back and check out the live if y'all want the list and things like that. I appreciate it. Something else I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I did say it already. Like a lot of people be struggling trying to depend or trying to determine whether they should be able to pay for that rent or pay that light bill or pay that gas bill or get that food. The main thing I want to say is always pay that overhead. The rest you'll be able to make it. You'll be able to make it and have no fear. You can do it. And if you do live in the projects and there's nowhere for you to cook your food, they have little parks that you can walk to that have those little grills and things there. Shoot, take your little hot dogs and things like a hamburger and walk your children to the little park right there with a little thing of coals and go ahead and fix you something to eat. You know, definitely go back and watch. Yeah, I'm telling you, Strawberry Ted. Yeah, and this another thing I had wanted to do too. It's like when you growing up, people don't know what other people ate or did to survive. But I'm telling you, it's ways that you can take that little food that you have and twist it. When I was talking about the breakfast food, I was telling y'all to get, I'm turning my paper over. I was telling y'all to get that oatmeal cream of wheat. And I'm gonna tell you something. You can have oatmeal cream of wheat. You can also take the toast bread, the bread that you get, put it in the oven and or either the toaster, toast the bread and have a peanut butter toast for breakfast. That's high protein. Put it and a banana. I told y'all to buy a banana. You can put a banana on it, and that's a breakfast. I can remember us taking bread, put butter on it, and sprinkling sugar on it, brown sugar. Or if you have brown sugar, you put the white sugar on it. It has sugar toast. You know, people say stuff like that ain't healthy, but one thing about it is we survived off of that. So they say beggars can't be choosy, but one thing about it is you won't starve to death. That's for sure. Oh, and I want to say this too. With those frozen bags of mixed vegetables that I told y'all to get in a can of succotash, and I told y'all with that ham and that turkey, or even that chicken that I told y'all to get, you can take that and boil a couple of those chicken thighs in a pan. Take that chicken thigh and wash it off real good, and season your little chicken thighs. Throw them in a pan of boiling water. And don't fill the pan up too much, but halfway full. And put those two chicken thighs in there. Let that meat fall off the bone, right? When that meat fall off the bone, you take those the skin off of that chicken thigh. Let it cook in there with the or everything, all the grease. Let it make the broth or whatever. Take that and then remove the two chicken thighs out of there. Take that skin off of the chicken thighs. If you got an animal, dogs, they ain't got no dog food, you can feed them that. But skin that meat off of them chicken thighs and put it back in the pot. Take some of that water off and put them back in the pot. Then you take them that big bag of vegetables, mixed vegetables I told you to get, put one bag in there, right? And then you take a can of them crushed tomatoes I told you to get, put that in that pot, right? Then you cook yourself. Hey Felicia, what's up, baby? Nice to see you. You said, what did that do? What did what do, Strawberry Tim? Definitely go. What did what do, Felicia? I mean Strawberry Tim. Yeah, and you put that in there. Then you take you 1 or 2 white potatoes that I told you get that two great big bags of potatoes. Wash them potatoes off, take the skin off, chop the potatoes up bite size, throw that in that pot. Then what you're gonna do is take a little bit of sugar, sprinkle a little bit in there. You're gonna take a can of tomato paste, put that in there, right? If you don't want to use that tomato paste, you can use some ketchup. Put that ketchup in there in that pot, right? And let that thing simmer on down. And when I told you to get that cornmeal from the store, and you leave that pot right there where it is on the stove, let it simmer down low. that cornmeal that you get, you take some hot water, put that cornmeal in a bowl, and put that hot water to that, and add your egg in there, and a little bit of that milk that I told you to get, and stir that thing up real good, and a little bit of that butter. Put it in a pan after you grease your pan and put it in the oven. You got a great big pot of soup and you got a pan of cornbread. See? You can put it in there like that. Or you can take that frying pan and put that frying pan on the stove, put some grease in it. After you mix that cornbread up like I told you, drop it on top of the stove and you can fry like little cakes on top of the stove to go with your soup. You should I was saying we are the better we are the bread butter with cinnamon. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, girl, with that cinnamon toast. But see, on this list right here that I gave them, the reason why I'm using this list is because I'm assuming that people have like the little seasonings in their house, right? This $1,000 is not that you food for less than $1,000 a month. My thing is you're not going to be able to have all the seasonings you want, but it's ways to season your food because really salt and pepper will go a long ways in seasoning your food. Onions too will give it flavor. You know what I'm saying? And even when you mix your little vegetables and the canned tomatoes and things like that in there, they give a little acidity into your food. So it'll get a little sugar, pinch of sugar. That always will do it. You know what I mean? It'll twist the taste, right? And sometimes you throw a little mustard in there, and you won't even taste that mustard or barbecue sauce in some of your soups and things. You won't even taste all of that. But you'll really, enhance the flavor because we know seasonings are high. But if you're going to do this month to month, you're not going to always have to buy all the stuff that I told you to buy, right? You're going to need one or two things out of that, especially if you do it right. You can add to it. So after you get all of your food for this month, then next month, if you have some stuff left over, all you do is add to that kitty, right? Then you won't be spending that. But yeah, going back to the girl I was telling you about, yeah, she was she just thought it was impossible. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out here that go into like these big stores, like I said, the Krogers, the Publix, and all these stores that are real expensive, trying to budget. It don't work like that. It's hard to do it. Go to that. You get the manager special. Go shopping on a Thursday. Go to those Dollar Trees and sometimes the dollar stores and get the things that you need to get, right, to hold you over, you know. And you see those things that the canned goods. It'll say in the dollar store. Sometimes it'll say buy by this date, and it might be 1 or 2 days off. It might be even a month off. That stuff in the can is still okay to get. It's still okay to get. It's not gonna hurt you. And just think about this: where we getting our foods from? All of the like if you go to all these stores that have like the delis and the fish and all that stuff and the shrimp behind the little deli thing, but that stuff came from a long ways to get to where we are. So that ain't gonna hurt you. But anyway, I just basically wanted to talk about that. So again, y'all can go back and watch the live stream or not. But I mean, I'm just telling you, send it to somebody that it may help, where it can stretch them and they can stretch their meals out and be able to make it. And I want to say one more thing. Rachel, Riders for Life. Shout out to Riders for Life. She tagged me in a video a couple of days ago to tell me that Mr. Oates mentioned me and he was saying that someone need to do a channel with just showing young people or people in general how to make a meal on a cheap budget, and where the meals will still suffice and get them food where they can save. And I thought that was cool because my daughter been begging me to make a cookbook of all the foods and stuff that they were raised up off of, and it's just a pass down from my family to theirs, and that way people have ideas and know how to stretch a meal and not spending all that money just on food, right? Especially going out here ordering the Door Dashes and all these different things. And I commented on Rachel's post to say I have a lot of videos on here of me cooking different meals where you can stretch a meal. So, and it's a lot to try to get all those videos together and put them into one thing. And y'all know I'm not computer savvy when it comes to all of that. So just go thumb through them and you'll find something to stumble across. But just to update it, I just thought with that sister converse with Mr. O saying what he said, right, suggesting that, and my sister talking about this conversation today, it will be a good time for me to just go ahead. It's like something saying, okay, well, you need to just go ahead and tell them a little something that can help them hold them over. And then both of my kids grown now, so me cooking the food to show y'all those different meals, they would just go bad because no one here now to eat them but me and my husband, right? So, but yeah, so I just wanted to tell y'all that. But yeah, I hope this video helped you guys, you know, and I'm going to get off of here and go and, call mama to see what's going on with the crisis is with her tomatoes. With her tomatoes. And yeah, I said like her birthday is today, and today we decided not to do anything. Well, she decided, and I decided it too, but it's because it's so hot and things. So the middle of this week, she and I are going to have a one-on-one with each other and hang out and stuff like that. But she's just comfortable and kicking it at home today after we went over there this morning. So yeah, she's still getting all the phone calls and love that she needs. Is gonna get it for the rest of the month because this is her whole month. June, she used the whole month for her day. But thanks everybody for coming through. I really appreciate y'all watching the replay. Hit the like button, right? And share it with somebody for real, for real. This information, you don't have to share it on YouTube. I'm not saying share it on YouTube. I'm saying if you do, that's fine. But I'm saying share it with your friends and family, anybody that you know that could possibly use this information to help them. Okay. Thank you, Strawberry Ted. Thank you so much. You know, and one day I would love to do a live stream and ask you guys what kind of foods did y'all grow up on? What were some of the meals that your parents and stuff fed y'all to bring y'all through, you know, to make y'all the being that you are? Because if you think about it, when they say you are what you eat, you're definitely what you eat. The way you think and all of that stuff. So if you're a person that your favorite food that you gotta eat every day or something is like maybe a banana or something, when people look at you, they don't see you, they probably see the bananas that you be eating because we're a collection of what we eat, what we consume, right? But anyway, that's my spiel, y'all. Thanks again, Strawberry 10. Felicia, thank you so much. Thanks everybody for coming. I appreciate it. Thank you, Dimple D. I appreciate y'all. Who I didn't call? Oh, I want to talk to this person right here that's telling me. Oh, Kitchy. Kitchy, 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 thank you. And I hope you enjoyed me talking. All right, y'all. Peace, everybody. I'm ending this one. Have a good one, everybody. And be good. Be good.